Which of them do you think will win?
Well, again, at this level, I think it's very close. Everybody can win. And then it depends on how the fight goes. I think if it's going to be like go to decision, I give the decision. I will pick Fury if this fight go to decision. And then if it's like a knockout, I think Joshua has a chance early in the round. But as far as the fight goes, it's going to be way off on the Fury favor.
Francis Ngannou has made a bold prediction that could shake heavyweight boxing, backing Anthony Joshua to brutally stop Tyson Fury in the early round.
Which of them do you think will win?
Well, again, at this level, I think it's very close. Everybody can win. And then it depends on how the fight goes. I think if it's going to be like go to decision, I give the decision. I will pick Fury if this fight go to decision.
On the other hand, Tony Bellew believes Joshua's aggressive style could overwhelm Fury, arguing that styles matter more than skill and could lead to an early knockout.
Stick by it. I just think Anthony Joshua will be forced to let his hands go, and I think he'll knock out Tyson Fury. Do I think he's the better fighter? No. But not always the better fighter wins. I've been in fights myself where I've beat fighters who are better than me, a la David Haye.
Yeah, fair play. Good point, actually. Yeah. Well, I think that's hard to being a bit harsh on yourself there.
I've beat him twice, but I just think he's a better fighter than me. His skill set's better than mine. He's stronger than me. He's quicker than me. It's just that styles make fights, and if you can make David miss, you know who's going to make him pay. But I'm happy to go down in history. He's going to go down as a far greater fighter than I ever will.
Don't know about that, but it's very humble of you to say that. Daniel Dubois, he challenged Usyk in the ring after the fight.
Mike Tyson is stepping into the heavyweight debate with a clear warning for Anthony Joshua, predicting Tyson Fury's movement and ring IQ will be too much to overcome.
Too elusive. He's not gonna hit him. Listen, we keeping it honest, right? I like Joshua. I like Joshua a lot, right? He don't punch. Maybe he punch harder than what's the other guy? The black guy, Wilder. He doesn't punch faster than Wilder. If he doesn't punch faster than Wilder, he's not gonna fucking touch this guy. And that's just what I see. He punches hard, but he doesn't punch fast. If Tyson Fury can get away from Wilder's fast punches, Joshua might be in trouble.
Stepping in, Amir Khan believes this fight could reignite Joshua's path toward undisputed glory, while Fury's movement and intelligence remain major reasons many still favor him.
World champion and the best fighter in the world, as long as he stays focused and he sticks to his game. There's a lot of big names still out there in the heavyweight division, and the heavyweight division is one of the renowned divisions in the world, and he's proven himself, but I still think he's got a lot to do yet. To prove that he is the #1 in the world, because you've got the likes of Fury, you've got the likes of Wilder, there's so many great fighters out there. So it's going to be a tough couple of years for AJ to prove that he's the best out there.
Yeah, if Joshua and Fury were to fight, it's going to be a tough one, but to be honest, I probably fancy Fury. I fancy Fury because I think that he has more dimensions. You know, I'm not calling Joshua one-dimensional, but what I'm saying is with Fury, he can mix it up.
Meanwhile, Dillian Whyte offers a different take, breaking down the crucial game plan both heavyweights could use to gain control and secure the win.
It's hard to say because the boxing pugilists will pick Tyson Fury, and the hardcore boxing fan will pick Anthony Joshua because AJ's got power, and obviously Tyson Fury doesn't have the more power, and his feet slow down. So I would say Fury and points, AJ by stoppage. There you go.
Okay, I like that. A lot of people have talked about the fact that AJ and Fury, as they come close to fighting each other, they're not in their prime. Do you think that the loser could potentially hang up their gloves if they lose this big fight later in the year?
You know, I think we could potentially see both men hang up their glove after the fight. Win, lose, or draw, they might have said, listen.
Joining the debate, Teddy Atlas believes Tyson Fury could hold a significant advantage when these two heavyweights finally meet. Atlas points to Anthony Joshua's performance against Emanuele Prenga as a possible warning sign, suggesting Joshua's approach may leave opening. Against Fury's awkward movement, size, and unpredictable rhythm, those weaknesses could become even more dangerous.
Early in the fight, how available he was, if that's fair. And again, he'll be better too. You know, he'll be more alert. He'll know that he has more of a danger in front of him. But I just think that the hand speed, the length, the ability of Fury, the legs, to be on the outside, that maybe he could get to Joshua before Joshua could get to him. Does that make sense? Because Joshua's going to probably have to be, for me, the fight plan would be always with Joshua. You want to back the guy up with that stiff jab you got. You got a good, stiff, hard jab. You want to back him up and set the table. You know, you want to set the table.
Predicting the outcome, Teddy Atlas breaks down how the fight could develop from the opening bell. He explains where Joshua could use his power, pressure, and combinations to hurt Fury, while also highlighting Fury's movement, timing, and ability to control distance. For Atlas, the winner could ultimately be decided by who imposes their preferred style first.
Right hand for the most part. And you want to control that distance with that jab, where you clear the way, you back him up. You keep him, you know, defensive. And I think that Fury, his ability to use his legs, to counterpunch, to put punches together, to run punches, that he'll have a chance where Joshua stands up a little bit in front of you. He's not the quickest feet to close. He'll have a chance to run some punches before he closes the gap. Does that make sense?
No, it all makes sense. And for a fight when we're talking about guys that are getting diminished and up there in age, 36, 37 years old, you made me very excited to watch this fight.
Speaking on the matchup, Andre Durrell believes both Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua could benefit from one more fight before facing each other. He feels their recent performances have not fully convinced fans that either man is ready for such a massive showdown. In Durrell's view, both heavyweights need to prove they remain at an elite level.
Another dub, another warm-up. Because both of them, in my book, bro, it didn't play out right with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we don't get the best versions, but we get the best of who they are now. You know what I'm saying? If they just clean up a few things. Because Anthony Joshua, though trying to implement whatever Uzi gave him, you know what I'm saying, the confidence he gained or the mentality he went in there because of the accident, losing his friends, gave him, spiritually, man, he was hacked in. He was locked in. He got in there and got dropped in the first round twice. You feel what I'm saying? So, however, the body's still gonna respond the way it has to respond to certain situations, man. And that's just due to, whatever trauma you have to deal with, right?
Andre Durrell sees a deeper problem in Joshua's recent performances, arguing that his mental approach has improved since the Alexander Usyk losses, but his work in camp has not fully carried over under pressure. Durrell also believes Fury needs another fight to regain sharpness, improve his fitness, and fine-tune his approach before facing Joshua.
He was too flat-footed. He was trying to implement, I guarantee you, what Usyk gave him in camp, but you can't be Usyk. Because I know Usyk giving him the ins and the outs. He built for power. He's structured for strength. So you're not going to get that kind of fighter. He was trying to bring it out after being gone, after everything that happened to him. And it didn't work out, man. So give him another fight to try to implement it a little bit more, lose a little bit more weight, and then bring it to the table, and it might work. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, he tried to be him. We got the attitude. We got the old Tyson Fury verbally, but we didn't get him physically, man. He tried to give us that bounce, that flow.
Looking at Tyson Fury's side, Durrell sees clear opportunities for Joshua if the fight happens soon. He believes Fury is not yet in the physical condition needed to trade comfortably with Joshua at close range. At the same time, Durrell raises concerns about Joshua's ability to absorb clean punches, making his durability and Fury's readiness two crucial factors in this matchup.
And he had a hard time as well. I mean, he was vulnerable in a couple of situations where he gave the right side of his face. If Anthony Joshua was line that fight up, that shot up, it's over. He let that shot, it's over. So he need to get back in the lab and just work on some things too. But if they fight now, I would expect to see the best of what they got left, and I'll be satisfied with that.
I compared Anthony Joshua and Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
Two guys that they're getting touched with the same punches and they're going down. What do you think that is? Like, what's causing them to hit the canvas as much as they've been hitting the canvas?
Right. Not wanting to. Like, if that's on your mind mentally, which I'm sure it is. Yeah, if that's on your mind mentally.
Former Joshua opponent Dillian White offers a different explanation, arguing that Joshua's ability to take punishment is still there. White believes the bigger battle has been mental, especially after personal losses, the deaths of close friends, and the car accident following his victory over Jake Paul. In his view, those experiences affected Joshua emotionally and contributed to his early round struggle.
So, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to say, is the punch resistance gone? No, I think it's more mental than punch resistance. I think he's in a place mentally where, let's be honest, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot mentally. It's been tough on him, obviously. And listen, AJ is not my friend. It's not like me and AJ, we don't like each other per se. So, I'm actually just being honest. I think he'd have been through a lot mentally. I think he'd have been nervous and very shaky going into the fight. So, I think it's that more per se, the nervousness and mentally not being ready for the kind of fight that Christian Prenga brought to him in the early rounds.
Joshua's partnership with Alexander Usyk's team could provide valuable experience and tactical insight heading into a Fury showdown. However, Fury remains unimpressed, insisting he gave Usyk his toughest challenge and understands what it takes to expose his strength. He believes that knowledge will help him deal with Joshua too, arguing that no coaching advantage will matter once the opening bell rings.
It won't help him. It won't help him at all. I punched your head off Usyk and I punched your head off AJ as well. It's bit and sweet that he's training. I hope he's in the corner as well.
I mean, because I was literally going to say, look, we love Rocky movies. Imagine that. You've got AJ, Usyk in his corner, beat one, call out the other. That's the stuff of drama.
I'll bring Lennox into my corner. Do it.
Well, obviously, you've been training yourself for this fight. Have you thought about bringing who's going to be in the corner on the night? Have you thought about bringing in someone?
Whoever's there on the night, whoever's around me, I've got a team, you know what I mean? And we're all close, everyone's close in my team.
On the other hand, Anthony Yarde believes Joshua has a realistic route to victory, arguing that adopting the same focus, discipline, and tactical patience shown against Alexander Usyk could create serious problems for Fury. In Yarde's view, if Joshua maintains that mindset while applying his power at the right moments, he could control the exchanges and potentially stop Fury before the final bell.
Going with AJ. Around the time, just after he fought Klitschko and he was on this steam train. AJ of recent, AJ boxing, I think Fury probably picks him apart. But if AJ happens to get this, rough and tough thing back where he wants to fight and just let shots off, if he hurt Fury how Usyk did, he'll finish him.
I was the exact opposite,
Is it?
Yeah, I always favoured Fury, and the closer it gets towards now, when they're both a little bit longer in the tooth, no disrespect to either of them, I'm thinking AJ has a huge chance now, yeah.
But AJ's been through so much, right?
That's what makes it great, exactly. That's what makes me want to watch it.
Do you,
Meanwhile, Carl Froch gives Tyson Fury the advantage in a 12-round battle, highlighting his movement, ring intelligence, and ability to dictate the pace. Froch also questions Anthony Joshua's hunger after reaching the sport's highest level. However, he believes Joshua's desire to avenge recent setbacks could provide the motivation needed to stay dangerous throughout the fight.
I think it's an easy pick. I think Tyson Fury wins on points quite comfortably. I can see how AJ wins. Sure, Tony Bellew will make a case for AJ, but I think AJ gets beat on points. Tyson Fury and gets outboxed. I think Fury keeps him out of the way, manoeuvres him. He's past his best Fury, he's slowed down, but so is AJ. He's not throwing as many feints per round now. His hands, he's not throwing combination punches like he used to. Single shots, he gets hit a lot, which gives AJ a chance to chin him, but I don't think that he'll be in the right headspace. I don't really think he wants to box anymore. I don't know why he's doing it. He's made the money. He's had the titles.
On the other hand, Chris Eubank Jr. backs Anthony Joshua, believing he has the wider range of weapons needed to beat Fury. Eubank acknowledges Fury's size, movement, and boxing intelligence, but feels Joshua can offset those advantages through explosive power, speed, athleticism, and cleaner technique. For Eubank, the key will be whether Joshua can deliver his best performance from the opening bell.
Towards the end of this year, I know you've always been closer to AJ, but that fight happens in November. Who wins at this current stage of their careers?
I think AJ's been a lot more disciplined than Fury has during his career, and I think he's probably in a better headspace right now, mentally, probably physically too. You know, I wasn't that impressed with Tyson Fury's last fight.
Were you impressed by AJ against Jake Paul?
No, obviously not. There's nothing to be impressed about. He did what he was supposed to do. He dominated an amateur. But I think, you know, if that fight happens, then AJ probably has the edge.
Adding on, Johnny Nelson continues to question whether Anthony Joshua has the mental edge required for such a massive showdown. He believes Joshua must show greater hunger, sharper focus, and more intensity throughout his preparation. Nelson argues that confidence in interviews means very little without the right actions behind it.
You know, it's gone now.
What do you mean mentality?
It's about the mentality of I don't think he's mentally strong enough. I don't think he's mental. I don't think he digests situations like most of us. You know, we all go on about Daniel Dubois. He's obviously obviously looks at things different. You look at AJ. Look at AJ. AJ will be talking to you shadowboxing. He's a big ass grown man. You're like, yo, just talk to me. You know, he's asking for the opinions of people that should not even care what they've got to say. So he probably looks at and digests things differently, but he's more articulate. He's on it, and so you've got to be a special kind of animal to get to those kind of heights. AJ's done amazing things from 18 years old.
Dave Coldwell has joined the growing list of voices questioning whether Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua should meet right now. Joshua's shaky performance against Emanuele Prenga, particularly the unexpected first-round knockdown, has raised fresh concerns about his readiness. Coldwell believes making this massive showdown at this stage could be a serious mistake, especially if both fighters still need time to rebuild their form and confidence.
But it's not. It's done. You have to forget about this fight. Those two, how they were, we're never going to see how they'd have gone on at the peaks. The question is, who's going to win now in the condition they're both at now? And the problem is, you look at up to this weekend, I was still like, I'm going to be excited about the fight. Once it's signed, once it's announced, I'll be excited about it. But now, I'll be honest with you, I'm like, do you know if the fight doesn't happen now, I won't be too disappointed, because I look at and I think it's going to be sad. What it's going to be, don't get me wrong, it'll be an entertaining fight because both fighters aren't what they were. Even Fury, defensively, sharpness, legs, they're not.
Carl Froch believes Anthony Joshua's punch resistance may have declined, pointing to the damaging first-round knockdown against Emanuele Prenga. After months of preparation, Froch finds it troubling that Joshua was dropped by a relatively short uppercut. For him, that moment raises serious questions about Joshua's durability, defensive awareness, and ability to absorb clean punches against a powerful opponent.
And Fury, and want AJ to go on and become undisputed heavyweight champion 2027. I think it was Usyk that said it, and Eddie Hearn obviously agrees with him. They're looking at round two and saying, oh, look at what you did in round two. Oh, you clammed off the canvas in round one, you come back and you did that in round two. I'm not focusing on round two. I'm focusing on what went wrong in round one. What happened there? He came out, he was a little bit unsure of himself. Okay, fine. But he's fit and strong. He's trained for however many weeks, months, and he's got half a shot on the chin. Once the resistance has gone, the punch resistance, it's game over, it's career over. We've seen it with Amir Khan, we've seen it with fighters over the years, top fighters, better fighters than Anthony Joshua, better fighters than me, not just giving AJ stick. Once the punch resistance go, right?
Similarly, Carl Froch also pushed back against Tony Bellew's comparison between Anthony Joshua and Prince Nassim Hamed. Froch argues the situations are not comparable because Joshua has suffered multiple knockdowns in recent outings. In his view, repeated moments of vulnerability cannot simply be dismissed as part of boxing. They raise legitimate concerns about Joshua's punch resistance and how he might respond under heavy pressure.
AJ can't take a punch. The only caveat to that is fighting Tyson Fury, who also looked pretty shocking, didn't he? He looked pretty terrible, but we'll get to him in a minute. But back to Eddie Hearn and people like Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew's my mate, but he's telling me why ain't anyone having a go at Nassim Mohammed when he climbs off the canvas in round 1 against Kevin Kelly. Come on, you can't compare Nassim Mohammed and Kevin Kelly to Anthony Joshua and Prenga. You just can't. It's a different fucking stratosphere. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's a different sport. What Anthony Joshua did, and the way he got dropped in round 1 and manhandled and bullied after everything he's been through. Don't forget, he's been down about 6 or 7 times in his last 2 meaningful fights. Dubois dropped him. Dubois world class. Obviously, the fake Paul fight, forget that. And now this fight, he's been down again 2 or 3 times.
Sharing his thought, Oleksandr Usyk has brushed aside critics such as Carl Froch, suggesting their harsh comments should not be taken too seriously. Usyk believes negative opinions can actually become fuel for Anthony Joshua, giving him extra motivation to prove doubters wrong. Rather than allowing outside noise to affect his preparation, Usyk has encouraged Joshua to stay focused, trust his work, and let his performance inside the ring answer every critic.
Who live in good life, doesn't matter. Comments, haters. For me, haters, it's motivation, you know. Maybe and other people, it's not. I say, AJ, listen, if you read information, I say anything, my team, anyone people.
Joshua reads everything though. He watches all the interviews, he watches...
Oh, it's problem, it's... Yeah. If you want to look, no problem, you watch us, but doesn't matter when, comments, blah, 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 blah. For me.
Stepping into the debate, Frank Bruno has warned Tyson Fury that Anthony Joshua could create one of the toughest challenges of his career. Bruno believes Joshua's power makes this matchup dangerous from the opening bell, with the ability to change the entire fight instantly. In his view, Fury cannot afford any lapses in concentration, because one mistake could completely turn the momentum against him.
Still gonna get it? The fight between AJ and... Yeah, it'd be a good fight. I think definitely gonna go on. Yeah. But I'm not too sure what sort of like, I think old age is catching up with Tyson Fury, you know? Even his dad says that, you know what I mean? It's old age. But I hope he does very, very well.
You think he'll beat Joshua?
He's got the survival skills, you know, Tyson, but I'm not too sure. Joshua is a very good puncher if he believes in himself. If he goes in believing in himself, he's going to be a hard fight for Tyson.
The predictions are split, the doubts are growing, and one thing is clear. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua would be impossible to ignore. But who really has the edge when the bell rings? Drop your prediction in the comment, hit like, subscribe for more boxing updates, and turn on notifications, because this heavyweight showdown could change everything.